What's up, nail crew? I wanted to talk to everybody today about some basic dipping tips and tricks for when you're applying solid colors and chunky glitters. First one I'm going to do is solid colors, and you'll notice that I apply a very thin application of my liquids, and that's super important when you're applying any kind of powders to your nails. You want your liquids to be nice and thin. When you're applying solid colors, I found that pouring over is the best way to do your dip manis, because it really helps the application to be so smooth, and that means less buffing, which, you know, we all want less buffing at the end. less buffing, less work for us. So once your dip dries, you'll go with a stiff nail brush, and I got mine off Sheen, and this gets all the excess powder off, which helps again to make each layer nice and thin. So one thing you'll also notice that I did was I went around my cuticle with a cuticle pusher, and this allows you to really get up in that cuticle nice and close without getting liquid all over them. Some other really good tips that I learned was, for me, I like to make sure that I go around the edges of my nail tips with my dip base. This ensures when I'm buffing and shaping and doing any filing that I don't file off too much color. So that's really been helpful for me. I go over that with both the last color dip and with my clear dip. And you'll notice before I pour over my color dip, I like to go around with my little nail tool, my pointy nail tool, and get off any dip that's on the edges of my finger. I know a lot of people do this after they've poured their color over or dipped their nail in, but for me, I'm a really messy dipper. And if I use the little nail tool and go around my cuticle right before I dip, this allows me to keep any of the liquids already starting off my cuticles. So then I'll go back in after I dip and do it again. It's really, really helpful for me. When I'm doing a mani with both colors and glitters, I like to go through the color dips and top them all with clear, then go and activate them right away. This makes sure that I don't get any clear on my solid dips. And like I said before, I am a really messy dipper. I like to pour my chunky glitter into a little mini cupcake liner, and then I shake it around to make sure that I'm getting all the big pieces towards the top. And with my chunky glitters, I push my cuticles back for both layers of the chunky glitter that I do. Since I build my apex with my builder gel, I don't need to worry about making an apex with my dip liquids. I push my cuticles back, I go in, I gently lay my nail down, and you guys can see that little piece of tape on my finger I use to push down my glitters with, and it just keeps my hand from getting covered in glitters. I do this with every single nail, every mani. I cover every nail with clear dip powder. It just protects everything when I go through and I buff. And when I'm doing clear over a chunky glitter, I like to press down a little bit and really get that clear in there. Like I do for every single nail of every mani, make sure you take some kind of orange wood stick or nail tool and go around, trace your cuticles to ensure there's no dip stuck on those fingers. Then you'll go through, activate all my nails, buff and shape like normal, and finish with top coating them. So as always, drop questions below. Thanks, nail crew.